So new states are starting to pay out additional stimulus checks, as well as President Biden is starting to require certain businesses to get vaccinated. So we'll talk about all that in today's video. So here's an article here. President Biden announced on Thursday that federal government employees and contractors would now be required to be fully vaccinated, and Occupational Safety and Health Administration will create a rule for private businesses with 100 or more employees to require their employees to be vaccinated or undergo weekly testing. A senior administration official estimated that this new OSHA requirement would cover about 80 million workers, and businesses that do not comply with the agency's rules can face up to $14,000 in fees. OSHA will require these employers to offer paid time off for vaccinations. We are in a tough stretch, and it could last for a while, Biden said today. To make matters worse, there are elected officials actively working to undermine the fight against COVID-19, he continued. Instead of encouraging people to get vaccinated and mask up, they're ordering mobile morgues for the unvaccinated dying from COVID in their communities. This is totally acceptable. So I'm not here to advocate for vaccinations or not. A little disclaimer, everyone should have the opportunity to decide what is best for them. Just reading the article. so don't come after me. In total, the new vaccination requirements in the president's plan cover about 100 million workers, which is 2/3 of all workers in the United States. So that's obviously a pretty significant amount of people. And the reason for this is because obviously right now we're still in a pandemic, because we have 160,000 new infections a day. This is actually more infections per day than we had a year ago. So here, I just cannot believe that we've been dealing with this for a year and a half. The 7-day average of new cases declined slightly from the previous week to 140,000 cases, although it's possible reported case numbers are low given 2 holidays this week. I guess they didn't count those days. Rates this high make it impossible to return to some sort of normal life in a country. This is the scary part. Like Fauci or not, this is the scary part. In a country of our size, you can't be hanging around and having 100,000 infections a day. You've got to get well below 10,000 before you start feeling comfortable. So that little stat right there is a little scary. I know for myself, my son just went to college. He's a freshman now. He was already exposed to COVID. My daughters, who just started school last week, already exposed to COVID. It's everywhere, right? And it's kind of scary. And just to kind of go off a little topic, I had a friend of mine fully vaccinated. She was in the hospital for several days because of COVID-19 and was this close to getting a ventilator put in. So it's just scary out there. But next we're going to talk about the stimulus checks. And if you are one of the lucky few to get one, and I pray that you are, we'll go over the states that are starting to hand them out again. Some U.S. states are issuing their own stimulus checks and cash bonuses. So, first state, California. And we've seen this before. So California will start distributing checks of up to $1,100 to about 25 million residents beginning August 27th as part of an effort to provide support in the state's low to middle income families. It's a second stimulus check issued by the state. So the biggest payments, $1,100, will go to those who didn't get the first check and who also claim at least one dependent. People that didn't receive one of the earlier checks and don't have a dependent, but dependent will get $600. And of course, to see if you qualify and estimate how much you will receive, you can use this calculation estimator thing. So as usual, I'll put the link to this article in the description below. So yeah, 25 million people are expected to qualify for the payment. So that's a pretty big number. To claim the payment, residents must file a 2020 tax return by October 15th, according to the State of California Franchise Tax Board. So if you check out this calculator and you notice that you do qualify, make sure you get your taxes in if you haven't already done so. Next state we have is Maryland. $300 to $500 for low-income residents. So apparently, Maryland authorized stimulus checks earlier this year, but with a catch, the payments are only available to those who claim the earned income tax credit on their tax returns, which is geared towards low to moderate income earners. So for example, a married couple with 2 children only qualify if their income is about $53,000. Individuals will receive $300, while couples who file jointly will receive $500. So the deadline for filing a tax return to receive the check was July 15th, so it might be late. But hey, I would try, right? If you're past this date, definitely give it a try. Florida, for teachers. As we know, I have a lot of friends that are teachers. Teachers worked their tails off last year. I didn't want to say the wrong word. They deserve a lot. I know some teachers that stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning, every single morning, during the school year last year. Anyway, I can't even. So yeah, teachers. So in Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis earlier this year approved $1,000 bonuses for the state's more than 170,000 teachers and principals in the K-12 public schools and public charter schools. So that's pretty huge. And then we also have Texas. Again, bonuses for up to $2,000 for teachers. Many teachers in Texas will receive bonuses at the start of the year. Rather than a state effort, the bonuses have been approved by individual school district, including Irving and Denton, Texas, the station reported. Returning teachers in Irving, Texas are getting a one-time payment of $2,000, while Destin, Texas, employees will get a $500 retention bonus. Additional school districts approved pay raises, part of an effort to reward teachers for their efforts in shifting to remote learning during the pandemic. Not only did they have to shift to remote learning, but they had to teach both remote as well as in-person students. So it is my hope that, considering the pandemic is clearly not getting any better, it is my hope that more states will follow suit in offering stimulus money out to the deserving people, especially those that are in a sticky situation where they lost their unemployment, yet they still haven't found a job. Not because they're not lazy, they're just looking for something that they were already doing, right? So hopefully there are some more states that step up and give more stimulus checks to where it is deserved. But I am grateful for all the teachers out there. So if you're one of these teachers that did get one of these stimulus checks, kudos to you and well deserved. And I wish it was more. So that's all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.